Hello, welcome to another episode of Xah Talk Show. Today we are going to code, advent of code in Wolfram language and possibly also in JavaScript, in Golang, in elisp, and Python. Probably not Python because Python is very popular. You guys already know there's a lot, Python answers. So mostly Wolfram language coding and maybe JavaScript, okay? Advent of code. Let's see how far we can go. Okay, so what is advent of code? It's coding puzzle. Now, advent of code is a Christian thing. So this guy is a Christian. So I'm not a Christian, but this would be fun. Oh well, there's a timer. Oh, okay. So advent of code is a bunch of coding, programming puzzles or exercise. So there are 25 of them, and basically you count to the day of Christmas, something like that. It's a Christian thing. So so 25 problems. It opens like 2 problems every day, until the day of Christmas, and so let's see how far we can go. And I'm thinking, I'm going to do a series of live stream YouTube, so I'll be coding Wolfram language and possibly also JavaScript or elisp. Okay, just to show you, the language differences, because I'm interested in programming languages. So you can see differences in how different programming languages solve this problem. In particular, Wolfram language, elisp, these two are like unusual, with respect to the programming industry. JavaScript, a lot of people know. Okay, so advent of code, 25 problems, 2 problems a day. Let's see how far we can go. So a series of live streams, and I hope it's going to be fun. I'm just gonna take my time and chat about it and go through it. So if you are watching this offline, you might want to skip around, or maybe it's boring. Okay, I'm gonna be chatty and talking to you guys. Good morning, Oflamio and neo-pagan. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so the Christian thing. So what is advent? Okay, advent of code, advent Christianity. Apparently they have this Christian CHRISTIAN, and let's just say Christian. Okay, Christianity. Okay, Advent Christian Church. Okay, what? I'm not sure. What is Advent holiday season? Scholars believe that during the 4th and 5th centuries in Spain and Gaul, Advent was a season of preparation for the baptism of new Christians at the January feast of Epiphany. Epiphany. that's an English word. So yeah, something like that. Okay, anyway, advent of code. Okay, so let's code it. It's a programming problem. So you go to this website, adventofcode.com, and you'll start to see the questions. So I already read it. It's like a story, so it's kind of it describes the problem in a way of a story. So it's not like math. It's not like a math quiz. Just solve this. This is input, this is output, what we want, and do it. Instead you have to read the story. So I already read it. So 25 problems. For each problem you get 2 stars. So if you do all of them correctly, you get 50 stars. That's your score. Okay, so the first one, and so far it's already 12 problems are open. Okay, so first one, it talks about stars. So let me talk about something interesting. Okay, so Santa Claus, let's go search. Okay, Brave Search is a new search engine that's independent of the Google's engine or Microsoft's engine. So you might want to try that. So every year you have Santa Claus that goes around every house to deliver gifts to good boys or good girls. The way he does that is he rides a snow sled, something like that, and you have the reindeers. These are the burdens of beast, helping him going around. So you have reindeers, but you also have elves helping Santa. Okay, so let's that's a story of the kind of Christian story. I mean, if you dig deeper, there's it's a mixture of stuff. So, but anyway, the conventional, the cultural, the American culture of Christmas is this kind of story and pictures. What is it suggesting me? Roblox. Okay, Roblox is the worst idiotic game for kids. Okay, so what I want to see. Okay, Santa elves. Okay, so you have the elves helping Santa to make the gifts. Then, Santa delivers them with the help of reindeer. Okay, that's the background of the story. Okay, so you need to collect. So let me shorten it. I'm talking too much. So 25 problems. Each problem, you get 2 stars. Okay, so you need to solve them. The first problem is this: the problem of the calories, counting calories. It's a bit long, so I won't be reading it. Just go to the website and you can read it. So basically, you are going to a trip with the elves to a forest to collect fruits for the reindeers. Okay, and but in order to do so, each elves have to carry food for themselves. So each elf and they carry food. So the first elf has 3 food items, and each one, one of them has 1,000 calorie. The other item has 2,000 calorie, and third item has 3,000 calorie. So that's the one of the elves carrying, and another elf is carrying one single food item of 4,000 calories, and another elf has 2 items. One is 5,000 calories, and another is 6,000 calories, so on. So you have a bunch of elves. Each elf carries 1 or more items of food, and each item has a number of calories. So so this is your input, a list of numbers, a list of grouped numbers. What you need to do is you need to find which elf carries the most number of calories. Okay, so that's a trivial introductory problem. All you have to do is sum each group. Sum that, and return the biggest number. So it's very, very trivial problem. From last year, I didn't code it last year, but our friends on Discord, they have coded Advent of Code 2021 last year. So they have created many creative solutions in Python, in Ruby, in Rust, in Oak. One guy did it in Oak, so it's fun, But this year, so from what I understand, the problem progressively gets harder. Okay, so the first problem, very easy, trivial, So let's do it in Mathematica. Okay, so I was told the input is a string. So let's start Wolfram language. Okay, so if you guys questions, comments, post it. Okay, so new notepad, let's magnify, and let's say 3, evaluate it, to start the Wolfram kernel, okay, the Wolfram computational engine. Okay, let's begin coding. So yeah, there it is. So first of all, the input is a string, I was told. It's not clear according to the question, but I was told, you can assume it to be a string as opposed to a file or a list, already given data structure. But anyway, it's a string. So okay, so I want to say x equals to there. So we have the input. Okay, so first job is that we want to, remember we want to sum the numbers and pick out the biggest number. So first of all, we need to, we cannot work with strings, but we want to convert it to a list of lists. Okay, each sublist is one elf's list of calories. Okay, so string to list. Let's see if there is a there is no string to list, so there is a split string, I think. No. Okay, so Wolfram language. Let's see. Split. Okay, string split maybe. Okay, there it is. String split. You can click on that to get the documentation, or you can just do, for example, question mark, and it will return the kind of the documentation short form for what this function do. This is Wolfram language. Now, if you don't know Wolfram language, I talked before, many introduction. Actually, I want to show it. So Wolfram language, copy the link and go here and post it here, linkify, make a list, show in browser. Here's today's talk show. So later on, you can click on the YouTube and go to this page and you can see our notes. Okay, so we have, you go, so I did many Wolfram language tutorials. You can go there, download it, and all the introductory information. Okay, so one of my favorite language. It's, in my opinion, it's a magnitude in terms of power and expressibility. A magnitude beyond any existing language, including Lisp, Pascal, or whatever. Okay, so Wolfram language, I've been coding it since 1993. Okay, so yeah, so go there and check it out. Okay, so now, but today we are going to. So we got what else? So today, yeah, okay. So let's delete this part we don't need. Okay, so back to Wolfram language. So string split splits a string into a list. Okay, that's what we want. So okay, that's the syntax. So you give it a string XX. Okay, there it is. Okay, but actually, you see, this way it splits by the end of line character. So, but what, of this string, but what you want is you want to group these three numbers together, so each, every two empty lines you want to split into a group. Okay, so how do we do that? Let's see. String split. So you give a pattern, split into substrings separated by delimiters matching the string expression. Okay, let's just try it. So now by default it assumes one end of a line character, but now we want two. Let's see what it turns up. Okay, so let's say length. Length, a percentage sign stands for the output above. So there it is. So length 5. So let's see. Let's go back to the original problem. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's correct. But let's see the full structure. So now x list. Okay, let's assign it to a variable. So we can properly see the structure. X list. Okay. So the first one item should have 3 items. How is this? We want to see the structure of these, but okay, so we started to see. So these 3, you see, the first item is actually a string. So you need to split this input string into a list, but you also need to convert each of the number into a number. So I thought this is a trivial problem, but there are some things you need to do. So let's see what we're gonna do. So string to list split string split. Yeah, okay, so let's do this. Okay, now I'm going to, what is this? That's Discord. I'm going to code here in Emacs, because in Emacs I can code it fast with XahWolframMod. So let's code it here. So okay, so XahWolframMod. Now I talked about this before. Just search for it, you'll find it. So XahWolframMod is a Emacs major mod that lets you code Wolfram language easily. Okay, so that's why we're doing it. So first of all, you have the input. Let's just copy it here. XX equals to string. So here is the input, magnify, and okay, and we're gonna string split. Okay, split by XX and by double new lines. Okay. Now this is x2, let's say. Okay. Then we're going to, let's say, x3. Now let's just mumble it through. So I mean, so first of all, we split a string. We need to split into a nested list. So is there some easy way? Okay, maybe there is. Let's look up the Wolfram documentation again. So pattern, okay. Split at any of the P, split into substrings separated by delimiters. Okay. Okay, so let's see, is there some other, let's see, sequence split. Splits lists into sublist. Okay. I mean, the problem is pretty simple, but I'm trying to see if there is one single function, so we don't have to do. Okay, maybe that's getting more complex. Let's just do the most basic way. So first of all, we split by double blank lines. Then we for each of the string, we do a map. Okay, so map. Okay, map. You okay, map a function to x2, and this function will be this function will be split string again. And this time split by just one single n, which we don't need, and because by default it's just split by a single end of line character, and here is a function. So you can just say that. Actually, you don't even. So here's a function. So select that. Back to Wolfram language. Select all. Paste. Let's have a fresh start. Done. Let's see what is x3. There it is. That's what we want. Now, once we got this, we can kind of prettify. We can kind of prettify this into 1. Let me show you. So this is some. If you are interested in the expressibility of programming languages or the power of programming languages, this will be interesting to you. So we're gonna combine them into 1. Yeah, so this part can just be here. You don't need the x2 anymore. So comment out. So we can do it this way. What? Then, but further we can further we can rewrite the map by doing it this way. It's all the same. So for example, comment out, select all, back to Wolfram language, select all, paste. Let's start over. Now show x3. There it is. So we kind of condensed, make it more elegant. Now I think there's actually more elegant way, but let's skip it. Now you got a bunch of numbers. Now you just want to sum each sublist, then pick the biggest number. Very easy. So now you just sum. So total, in Wolfram language you can just say total and give a list of numbers that returns the sum. Now in most other languages such as Haskell, you might have a function named sum, but in Wolfram language you also have a function named sum, but that's not it, because the function sum is for you to do mathematical summation. For example, sum x from 1 to 10. So 55. So let's give another example. Sum x sum. Let's try this. So no, I want to. So what I want to do is this: x from A to B. Symbolic result. Now if you have, it actually gives you a closed form of this sum, but let's suppose you have something more complex. So suppose you have that, you can press a button for it to format it in a mathematical way, and you can evaluate it. This one also works out. So it gives you a closed form symbolic solution to this summation. Anyway, we are digressing. My point here is that the sum function in Wolfram language is for doing mathematical summations. Now if you just want to add a bunch of numbers, that function is total. okay, total needs to take a list. Okay, so you need to, for example, 3, 4, 4. Okay, 11. So I mean, this is a little interesting tidbits, because in most other languages they'll just say sum, and many of the functional languages they think this is a fantastic demonstration of the of the declarative programming, but in Wolfram language that is actually just called total. Okay, so interesting. So let's go back to the problem. So we want to sum up, so we want to do a map again. So let me show you. Okay, map. So map a function. What is a function? So the function, let's write it out. Function. Okay, the function of x, and what will it do? So it will just do total x. Okay, so here is a function, gets a total, and map it to x3. Okay, okay, so that is how you sum each sublist, like that. Okay, so now copy all, new window. Let's magnify. Okay, evaluate it. Why is it not actually summing it? Oh, now I know why. Because each of these items is still string. When you do total, their input must be numbers. So if you give it a input of string, it just returns that. So we forgot to do the step of converting string to number. So we can do it here. Okay, so let's see. So let's go back here. Let's see. Let me show you. So okay, so easy enough. So all we have to do now is map again. Okay, map a function to x3, where the function, what does the function do? It will string to expression. Now in typically other languages, it's string to number. So yeah, we want to convert a string to number. So why is that? So what is a function? Let's see. No, we want to convert a string to integer. But okay, so what we can do is to query all functions whose name contains the word string. Number to string. So there is number to string. Okay, let's string pattern, string length, string format, number string. Okay, maybe that. Number string represents the characters of a number in string expression. Okay, that's not what we want. We want string to number. I think read string. Okay, no, okay, I forgot what's a name. So what we can do is normally the way I do it, I just go to my Wolfram language tutorial and look at my own tutorial, because there I usually condense the most essential, the most frequently used functions. So do we have a string to number? How is it done? Format string, string to list. Okay, list to string. Okay, I think I know what. To expression. Okay, so what we want is to expression. There it is. Okay, to expression input gives the expression obtained by interpreting strings or boxes as valid language input. Okay, that's what we want. For example, so you want to give it a string 33. There it is. Now you can say number q. Okay, number q that true. So to expression is how you convert a string to number. Okay, that's what we want. Copy it. So to expression function x to expression x. Okay, so let's say x4 equals to that. Okay. Okay, so now, okay, that's our whole code. Copy it back here, paste it, eval. What? Oh yeah, this should be x4. Okay. There it is. So those, you just summed the sublist. What's up, guys? So all we have to do now is to pick the biggest item. And that would be max. Okay. Yeah, max returns the biggest item. For example, we can do this. Okay, so that's the answer. Okay, now all we have to do is to clean up our code. Clean up our code. Okay, let's say x5 here, x5. So we kind of did explorative programming, and the max x5 is our answer. Let's do it one more time. There it is. Okay. Now let's go back to the Advent of Code page. To begin, get your parser input. Okay, so I have to, this is an example input. So let's get my parser input. Okay. Oh, so a lot more. Oh shit. Okay, we're gonna check on that. Easy. But before we do that, let's clean up our code because this is ugly. We are exploring how to do it. This is gonna be one single line, okay? One single line. So let me code it, okay? So basically, here is the code. You want to make it one single line. Let's do it, okay? So let me code this. So WolframLang says, Advent means coming, as in the coming of Christ. Oh, thank you. Analytic minded. Dragon Dog says, orange clothes. This is a friend of my wife's who gave her this sweater, and she thinks it's too big for her, so she gave it to me. What? You are running to reference material already. WolframLang. Start to code, do more coding instead of just reading. That's important. Okay, so we're gonna clean up the code. Okay, so let's make it elegant the way I can. So let's see, split string is split string again. yeah, so the input is a list of where is it? God. Okay, the input is a string. The input is a string, and separated by first of all, it's separated by two end of line characters. Then each each number in a group is separated by one end of line characters. So you know, the one of the major problem is you want to turn this into a list of list, and each element in the list must be a number. So you want to turn it into a list of list and convert the string to numbers. Now, what's the shortest way to do that? So let me tell you, okay? We can simply do one single solution, two expression, okay? Let's try it. Two expression, xx, copy it, go back here, okay, let's select all, paste, one single line. Let's see what it does. Okay, that just returned the last item. No, it's no good. Okay, let's look at two expression. Okay, yeah, it's in interpreting. Okay, there are quite a there are many ways to approach this problem. I mean, this is kind of a toy problem, right? You know, we could just use this code to do it. You know, in fact, let's just do it. Okay, let's just make sure we, first of all, let's comment this out. So copy that. So here, paste. That's a huge bunch of things. Okay, let's copy it, and paste it. So you can see there it is, huge input. All right, now return it, run it. Okay, big. Now the result is 7,116. Okay, so let's just answer 70116. Submit. That's the right answer. You are one gold star closer to collecting enough star fruit. Okay, continue to part 2. Okay, so it's a trivial problem. Should we, let's see, we already did 50 minutes, so that's about it today. So should we start to do the second problem, or should we clean up our code to come up with the most elegant solution? Your new haircut reminds me of the guy being trapped in the alien's cage in Rick and Morty. Oh yeah, because the orange jumpsuit or something, I think. Rick and Morty is one of the. It's a great show, okay. But I was going to say it's one of the dark humor and anyway. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Yeah, so good, Flamio. Okay, so yeah, let's not, this code is actually normally you don't write full things out in Wolfram language. Once you are familiar with it, you use a lot of shortcuts. For example, this map. For example, this this /add, that's a map. So you see, that's the same as this map, but it's a shortcut. So when you use shortcuts, that's very normal. But then people don't understand it, So I try to write them in full. But anyway, we got this. So let's just put it here for now, okay? Okay, so, oh God, this is long. Okay, so there is the answer, but do we have it? Do we have the short? Yeah, okay, so that solves the problem. Next one. Now, I don't know, I can, so I can continue doing this in Wolfram language, or we can start to do the JavaScript version of this problem, or Emacs Lisp solution. So that depends on what you guys want to do. So, but I think we are done today. Let's see how many people watching. Where is my YouTube? 2, 3. Okay, that's it, I think. Okay, so let's, for the sake of, let's read what's the second problem. In case the elves, okay, it's gonna be a lot reading. In case the elves get hungry and need extra snacks, they need to know which elves to ask. Blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Find the elf carrying the most calories. How many total calories is that elf carrying? That's okay. That's the first question. The first half of this puzzle is complete. Oh God, there's the second half, part 2. By the time you calculate the answer to elf's question, they've already realized that the elf carrying the most calories of food might eventually run out of snack. To avoid this unacceptable situation, the elves would instead like to know the total calories carried by the top 3 elves carrying the most calories. That way, even if one of those elves run out of snacks, they still have 2 backups. In the example above, the top 3 elves are the 4th elf. Wait, in the example above, the top 3 elves are the 4th elf. With 24,000 calories, then the 3rd elf with 11,000 calories, then the 5th. The sum of the calories carried by these 3 elves is 45,000. Okay, he's referring to, my own, this custom problem here. So what is he saying? In the example above, the top 3 elves are the 4th elf. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 4. What? Then the 3rd, then the 5th. So he wants to know the top 3. That's so easy. Okay, let's go back to. So instead of just getting the maximum, you just want to know the top 3 maximum. Okay, so you just look up the documentation for max in Wolfram language. I believe you can turn on JavaScript. So instead of returning the maximum, you want to return the top 3 biggest. So I guess you need to sort it then. Sort and pick the first 3. But is there a easier solution? There it is. Take largest. So you see Wolfram language is, like I said before, is a magnitude more powerful than all the rest industrial languages. So many problems you have a built-in function. For example, right now we need to sort the list and take the top 3 biggest numbers, but you don't need to. In Wolfram language, you just call take largest. Okay, that will do it. Gives the n numerically largest elements in list sorted in descending order. Okay, so that's so take largest. Okay, so take largest list x5, and we want top 3, right? What is the problem? Top 3. Okay, so that's so easy. So yeah, so we just there it is. Okay, so copy the solution, copy it, and let's see, answer. So do they accept comma, or do they what? Wait, what is it? Find the top 3 elves carrying the most calories. How many calories are those elves carrying in total? Okay, in total. So you actually need to total them up. Okay, I'm just gonna start to use shortcuts. So here is the solution. Okay. I think so. Let's just submit. That's the right answer. You are 1 gold star closer to collecting enough starfruit. You have completed day 1. Okay, blah blah blah. Blah, blah, blah. Share this victory or return to your advent. Okay. Sum of top 3. Okay, yeah, that's good. Okay, I think that's it for today. Any comments and questions you guys have about today's topics or about Wolfram language? Because I think the interesting thing, today's problem is pretty trivial. Basically for beginning programmers. But what I'm doing is showing Wolfram language. So I guess it's kind of new to you guys. So if you have any questions, just ask me, okay? But I want to clean up the code, okay? So let me just blindly start to clean up. So because there's a lot to do. For example, let me just show you, okay? So for example, this one, you don't write it like that, okay? To expression, let's see if there's a short syntax for that. No. Okay, to expression at that, and okay, so that, yeah, so we can do that there, and map x3. So yeah, in fact, I want to do this in okay, so actually forget about that. What is this? Okay, I'm starting to like really make them short. So again, total. So actually, all you need is total here, and need that. So actually, so let me show you guys. Okay, so don't need that, you don't need that, and there it is. Okay, this single line and this single line and let's see result. Okay, then max that okay. Okay, so that's our code. Let's do it. Copy it back to Wolfram language, select all, paste it. So here is our solution. This one single line. Then you just call max to answer the first question, the first part, then that's the second part. Okay, do it. Okay. Did we oh, you have to total. We forgot, so let's add total. Oh wait, what? Oh yeah, so here is the total. Okay, so there. Do it again. Select all, paste. So here is the solution. Okay. Do it. There it is. Okay. Bye guys, we're shutting down. "1010, what did you say? Message redacted." I always wondered, YouTube comment often say message redacted. Does that mean you deleted it, or does that mean YouTube censored it? I don't know. And in fact, I'm thinking of more ways to simplify this one-line solution. So, oh, they deleted on their own. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and Merry Christmas. Speaking of Advent of code, and happy holidays. Oh yeah, okay, bye. If don't forget, if you like my stuff, donate. Okay, if you like my pay what you like. So buy my Emacs tutorial, buy my JavaScript tutorial, JavaScript in depth, or just donate to me. Go to my website, you'll see my PayPal and Patreon. Bye guys. Close.